Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jeevan. In this video guys, we're going to be reacting to Rachel Gupta's new interview where she has, talked more about MGI, the complaints, the alleged harassment, returns crown. So we're going to be talking about looking after it. So without any delay guys, let's just get into this reaction. This is our newest interview in Jalandhar. So let's see.
And the title of Miss Grand International in October of 2024, becoming the first Indian in the world to do so. I've been working for this title for most of my adult life. It's been a very difficult and long journey, and when India won its first crown last year, the whole world celebrated together. It was my dream come true. But the months that followed were a nightmare. They're not what any girl should go through, let alone someone who is representing her country on an international level. After many months of enduring all of the difficulties I was put through by the Miss Grand International organization, a few days ago I decided to officially resign, step down from my title, and return the crown back to the organization. I'm a person who values self-respect.
What's up with the makeup
women,
though? I just realized.
Who values integrity, and I am not
like
one
this, the
to sit by
contouring.
while an organization abuses, harasses, and exploits women right in front of me being one of them. I would like to clarify that during my 7 months as Queen, I fulfilled every single obligation made to me by the Miss Grand International organization. I was there for every event, every requirement was fulfilled, and I never let go of a single responsibility. I would like to apologize to the national directors of Miss Grand Guatemala and all my fans in Guatemala because I was unable to attend my scheduled trip over there. I had been emailing the Miss Grand organization, I had been speaking to them, requesting them to make some changes and to provide what was necessary for me, but they did not fulfill any of their promises and I was unable to do my country trip as planned. I would like everyone to know the truth behind why I made this decision. There are multiple reasons. First of all, the Miss Grand International organization did not fulfill their end of the contract. I was not, first of all, paid at all for any of the work that I did beyond the first month. I was not provided basic amenities such as food in the house that I'm staying, or a place to stay that was actually close to grocery stores, or actually a part of society in Bangkok where I was staying. I was not provided the opportunity to travel, which was promised to me. 7 months later, I've only visited one country. I was harassed time and time again by the organizers, by the owners in particular, by Nawat and Teresa, constantly abusing mentally, making comments about my physical appearance, sexually harassing me in front of the whole world to see. As you can see, when I stepped down from my 4 hours, they launched an international online smear campaign against me, taking statements from people who have nothing to do with my situation to discredit me, to ruin my reputation. They brought my family unnecessarily into this matter, dragging them down. They tried to ruin my name and my reputation. They spread lies about me, my age, my background, every single thing that they could have lied about they did. But I'm doing this for all of the girls who are going to come after me, all of the girls who have the same dream as me. I want them to know what a disgusting organization this is. I want them to protect themselves, and I don't want a single girl in the world to be in the same position that I was in. Because even after winning, if you can be treated this way, it means the organizers have no regard for your rights, for your safety, and no respect for humans whatsoever.
आपसे पहले जो एमजीआई द्वारा पोस्ट करके कहा गया कि वो जो काम है आपको ऑफ ले रहे हैं क्योंकि इससे जो आपका कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हुआ था उसमें तक तो आप कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को लेकर सीरियसली
I can't hear the question at all.
एमजीआई द्वारा पहले अनाउंस किया
Yes.
उससे पहले जो एमजीआई द्वारा पोस्ट की गई थी उन्होंने कहा कि आपका कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हुआ था लेकिन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के मुताबिक आपसे लेकर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट से सीरियसली
Okay, and what is your question? Am I serious? Is that the question? I was very serious with my contract. Like I said, I fulfilled every single obligation that was mine. I attended every event. I did whatever was asked of me. Their contract is extremely exploitative. It only benefits them. I was asked to sign the contract immediately after winning. And of course, who isn't going to sign when you won for your country for the very first time? It's such an honor that you'll sign whatever they put in front of you. I did sign it. And I did everything that was asked for me. They asked me to stay in Thailand until December. I stayed. They asked me to come back for 1 month. I came back. I attended all my events. I did whatever was asked of me, but they did not hold up their end of the agreement, which is in terms of providing me safety, in terms of providing me a safe environment, in terms of taking care of basic needs, and in terms of even just when it comes to giving me payments on time. I was living there in a house with absolutely no food provided to me. Nobody would message me for days at a time, no messages from them. And I'm all by myself. I don't hear anything from them at all. this is not what was in our contract at all. So these are the reasons why I chose to step down, because no girl should have to live under these conditions. No one should have to listen to the abuse, listen to the derogatory comments made by the organization, constantly attacking me, my body, my country, now my family. It's never ending with them. So I chose to step down. They're spreading lies about me to try and save their reputation, making fake screenshots, posting lies about my age, my date of birth, anything to try and ruin my reputation, but every single obligation that was made of me. I never complained to them. I never asked them for something extraordinary. I never asked for luxury. I just asked for basic respect and basic treatment that you would give to a human who's working for you. So the organizers have a very long history of sexually harassing women in front of the whole world in terms of the kind of comments they make, the derogatory remarks. It started in, I guess, when their pageant started. There's a history back in 2015 with Miss Iceland, in 2022 with Miss Vietnam. And you can imagine, when working with such an organization, two things are relevant. Is that, number one, I had a front row seat to all these statements. When we were judging the Miss Grand Thailand shows, or any shows really, I have a front row seat to hear all of the disgusting, defamatory, derogatory remarks they make about women, about their bodies, about just the most irrelevant things. It used to make me feel ashamed that I'm sitting next to these people. And it started with me pretty early on, of course. I understand that when you're in such a position, you need to maintain your physique, you need to maintain a certain thing. That's in the contract, right? I'm not allowed to go above a certain weight or below a certain weight. But there is a way to handle that as well. They used to send their representatives to come to me to pinch different parts of my body. You need to lose weight here, you need to lose weight there. This is looking a little bit fat, you're not looking good here, you need to change your body shape. They routinely encourage and actually in some cases even mandate plastic surgery for certain girls. I was never one to feel pressured by any of that, but you want to feel like your organization is giving you a safe space. You have to feel like, even if I gain weight or if my body changes, my organization supports me, and I've won because of my thoughts, my intellect, who I am as a person. But that was not true at all. And you can see, after telling the world that sexually harassed comments were made against me, after telling the world, what was their response? They post on their story, now what posts on his story, to sexually harass me further, zooming in on parts of my body to show the world and to spread his lies against whatever campaign he's decided the story he's decided to tell the world. So, I mean, it's so clear right here. I said that this is how they treat girls, and he just does it in front of the whole world.
Yeah, that's true. That, like, Nawat literally proved his point, proved Rachel's point.
Members of the organization
by doing that,
making videos about my body, my behavior, such targeted videos, posting about my family as well, about their faces, their bodies, And this is not how any woman deserves to be treated. It could have very easily been a very clean resignation. It could have been, thank you so much for your time, I don't want to work here anymore because of these reasons. And they could have let it go. But within 24 hours, they showed their true colors and they started treating me publicly the way they treated me privately. Honestly, right now, it is incredibly complicated because there is so much attention on me at the moment, and it's not easy at all because there's people who support you and then there's people who aren't. I truly do believe this is an issue of women's rights. This is a worldwide issue because there are women from all countries applying to this organization. And I do feel that there is a need for justice over here. I don't want to see them have the right to treat another woman like this in the future. But since we are in different countries, it makes the legal system, the legal approach very complicated. But I definitely chose to speak up for this reason because I want women to know the truth about what happens when they join this organization.
क्या आपको लगता है अगर मैनिपुलेशन हुई है, harassment हुई है, क्या आपने कोई लीगल एक्शन लिया पहला जब वो उम्मीदवार किया?
That's the question I just answered right now. We are going to discuss the possibility in the future, but it's very complicated because of differences in the legal systems of India and Thailand, right? It's not easy. I don't feel safe in Thailand. If I travel there, I don't know if my safety is guaranteed because they have launched a smear campaign against me to ruin my reputation, and I frankly don't feel safe visiting the country right now. But I definitely think that legal action should be taken against them. So many women have been victims in ways that they don't even recognize, and I understand this might not be everyone's experience, but this was mine, and I've seen it happen to other women, and no one deserves to go through this.
Yeah, I even saw a video where Miss Grand Uganda 2022 or 2020 something said the same.
I want to say that me sitting here today is the biggest example. If you feel exploited, harassed, or uncomfortable, you stand up and you speak for yourself. I gave up my crown after 3 or 4 years of working hard. I gave up my crown with the whole world watching me. I gave up my crown while an organization that has stood for over a dozen years targeted me to ruin my reputation. If I can do that, you have the strength to stand up for yourself as well. Do not accept disrespect or ill treatment or harassment from someone who doesn't see your value.
Rachel, इस चीज पूछना नहीं कर क्राउन सेरेमनी के फिलीपींस की जो प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया है उसे भी क्राउन दिया गया इसे लेकर क्या
I'm sure she must be feeling a lot of things right now. She must be feeling happy to be the new queen. She must be feeling confused, a little bit nervous and scared. Honestly, I'm praying for her. My heart is with her. I hope to God that she does not experience the same thing I did. But the truth is that this is the organization that she's choosing to work with. And I have a lot of respect for her. She comes from a beautiful country. And I'm truly praying that she has a good experience with the organization. I want her to, my message to her is to please protect yourself. And please know that when they show their true colors, which they will, I will be there for you. And please be safe and protect yourself and do not let anyone make you feel uncomfortable or targeted. I really think that the organization might try extra hard to give her a good reign now because of all the negative press they've gotten.
True,
So I
I'm
think
so
they
sure.
might try to prove that they're doing a good job with her and they might, give her an extra special reign and be more attentive, and I really hope that that's the case.
आपको लगता है कि जैसे हमने कहा सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट हो गई मेंटल हरासमेंट हो गई तो लगता है कि ये वो लड़की को क्राउन दिया जा रहा है कि उसे कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना पड़ा
No, not at all. It's not so direct, Telling someone on the internet for their body is also sexually harassment. Telling someone they need to lose weight or gain weight or the shape of their body is not correct or their legs are not long enough or their torso is too long is also sexual harassment. There's many different forms of it, and I don't know if she's experienced this with the organization yet, but I really hope she doesn't. I truly hope that she has a very comfortable and safe reign and she's able to protect herself. Of course. So first of all, before you join Miss Grand International, their biggest advertising point is that you will travel the whole world as our ambassador, as our queen. You'll travel over 20 countries, right? And this is the dream that a lot of girls, including myself, go into it with. We want to be ambassadors. We want to work with organizations all over the world, with charities, with children, and actually use our voice for good. But it's been 7 months. I have only been to one country, that is the Czech Republic. And it makes it a question of whether they intended to uphold their end of the contract at all or not, And when it comes to the payment, when you win, you're entitled to a certain amount of prize money. And the prize money in the contract is stipulated that you will receive the whole amount upon completion of your 1 year as their queen. But of course, you have to pay for a lot of things on your own. You're paying for your own food, your own clothes, your own car rides. So many of the time, you're living completely alone. It's not easy. So there is a monthly stipend which is promised. Unfortunately, that stipend was only paid to me for the first month, that is November, while all the top 10 girls were living in Thailand. After that, I did not see a single penny more. I was living in Thailand until the mid of December, and then I was there for another month throughout March. But I had to take care of all my expenses myself. It was really difficult because to explain to my parents that even after winning, I still have to rely on them for something as simple as food. Or if I'm traveling to the Czech Republic, I need to, again ask for more money because I know the organization isn't holding up their end of the bargain and I haven't been paid at all. And of course,
I would not
it's part of
go,
the contract that I should be paid, but it's not really even about the money. It's about being able to sustain yourself. If I'm living there in a house which is an hour away from the city center, I should at least be provided with food so that I don't have to order off of their Grab, which is like their Resignation every single day, It's not sustainable at all. It's not healthy, and it is frankly extremely expensive after weeks and weeks of doing it. But I never saw that money. Even to this day, I have not been paid, and I've been with them for 7 months. So the question is where to go from here, Of course I did, and we were messaging back and forth for months, even when I was in India. I provided them they asked for my bank information. I provided them all my bank account information. They offered me to either pay me in cash or to transfer the amount, whatever was my payment. They made an invoice, but I never received the payment. And I asked for updates multiple times, but they never sent the money. And it stipulates in the contract that I will be paid when I'm in Thailand. But even when I was in Thailand, I was not paid. I wasn't paid for any of the events I attended. I wasn't paid for the countries I visited. I wasn't paid my monthly stipend, nothing at all, just for the first month. No, so stay they provide. They gave me a house which is on the outside of the city, 1 hour away. But I requested them, I'm vegetarian. I requested for them to provide me food, at least some fruit, so that I can eat every single day. My mom messaged multiple times because she was worried. It's so far away. It's very difficult to order food. It's difficult to order every single day. There's no pots and pans. I can't cook anything over there. I just said that if you could give me some food, that will be enough for me. I will eat only food for 1 month, which is already a huge sacrifice. But they couldn't do that. And it is their responsibility that if they have a girl living with them, under contract with them, they need to make sure she has food to eat, at least. This is not a luxury to ask for. And I see a lot of people online, they're pointing out that, my expectations are too high, but I don't think expecting food is too much. I don't think expecting money for me to, meet my basic needs is too much. What's next for me? I would like to say that I like to think that I've always lived a life full of integrity, before the crown, during the crown, and I will continue to do so after giving up the crown as well. I was never chasing the money behind this because there is no money, frankly. I was never chasing the fame. I was never chasing the prestige, which is why I was able to let go of this once my safety and my self-respect came into question with the organization. And it wasn't an easy decision, but I can honestly say that I'm proud of myself for standing up here, because a lot of people wouldn't be able to, a lot of people would not have the strength to do this. And I'm grateful for the support I've received from my family, from millions of fans all over the world who've heard my story and who've expressed the same concerns, and women who've been through the same situation with this organization and with other organizations. For me right now, I'm that spokesperson. I didn't ask for this responsibility, but it was placed upon my shoulders, and I will treat it delicately. A lot of women are going to use this to feel more confident to stand up for themselves in the future. And I want them to know they can do that. They can return a crown if they're not being taken care of, if they're not provided safety, and they can still come out of it stronger. What's next for me is that, honestly, I feel free now. I'm no longer trapped with working with people who are trying to exploit and harass and abuse me. And frankly, I can do anything I want. This is just the beginning for me. I'm a hardworking person, and I will always, always find the right place for me in this world, and I have the support of so many fans and my family. So this is just the beginning. पहली बात तो उनके पोस्ट करने से पहले मैंने ऑलरेडी अनाउंस कर दिया था कि मैं अपना क्राउन वापस दे रही हूँ। 7 months की रेन के बाद मुझे उनके बारे में जो सच है वो पता लग ही गया। उन्होंने मुझे जैसे ट्रीट किया है इन पिछले 7 महीनों में, वो मैंने सारा अपने वीडियो में समझाया है। मुझे बेसिक अमेनिटीज़ नहीं दिए थे, खाना नहीं दिया था खाने के लिए। मुझे काफ़ी दिनों के लिए कोई कॉन्टैक्ट भी नहीं करते थे, उधर एक तरह से बुलाकर मुझे छोड़ दिया था। मुझे अपने वर्क कॉन्स्टेंटली हरास करते थे, मेरे बॉडी के बारे में कमेंट्स बंद नहीं होते थे। मैंने अपने सारे ऑब्लिगेशंस फुलफिल किए।
Basically the same kind of
मेरे लिए नहीं है, ये पूरे वर्ल्ड की बनाए। मेरे सोचना ये एक बहुत बड़ी उन्होंने कैंपेन प्लान किया है। ऐसा होगा, मैंने अपने वीडियो में भी बोला कि मैं अपना क्राउन दे रही हूँ, और ये लोग कहीं पर भी नहीं रुकेंगे। ये
True that.
यहाँ का केस वहाँ नहीं होता, वहाँ का यहाँ पर मैं।
So basically it's like all in Hindi. Whatever she said in the press con, I think okay, this is gonna be quite some an issue. I don't know, but maybe people are gonna move on, because people nowadays have a very like low attention span, and let's see, people say that she's being dramatic, but bro, if she's wrong, she won't stand in front of people, make video call media. She's being mistreated, abused. That's why she's standing for herself. I also think that like it's very right, and it's very brave of her to come forward and openly, like, since she doesn't have backing from anyone, not from her national director, not from the national organization that she was signed to. She doesn't have anything, but she's still standing tall and speaking her truth, and I guess that's where real strength comes from. And yeah, CJ is now the new Miss Grand International 2024. I really hope she doesn't go through anything like that. A lot of people have debates over she should not be accepting the crown, and she should be with her, like, standing for her sister Rachel. And honestly, I think both parties that are in the agreement and in the disagreement, they do have their valid point of view. Let's just hope for the best. That's what we can do as an audience. Let me know what you feel about this and about this whole situation. I'll meet you guys in the next reaction video. Bye bye.